Okay, I think I'm streaming. Let me do the usual audio check before we go too crazy. I'm also starting earlier than I normally do, so surprise! Before we go, I need to up volume. Okay. I'm also starting earlier than I normally do, so surprise! Okay. Whoa, there's some weird audio artifacts there. Is that my headset? I need to up volume. Okay. Or is that? Hold on. Okay. Let me checking my connections. Whoa. There's some weird. Or is that? Hello? Okay, audio sounds okay now. That's weird. Hopefully that was not my computer. Hey, Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going, Chan? Okay, audio sounds okay now. That's weird. Alright, that's weird. Anyway, I've prepared for this just in case. I have a backup headset. I have a separate mic, which is just over there. I could conceivably swap. I don't want to switch to the mic, even though it's like a nice mic, but I found that because it was open, it would hear like anytime I tapped the table or anything. So I was like, yeah, ooh, early. Yeah, I'm starting a little early today. Long story short, I may need to get up early tomorrow. Actually, I don't need to. I have to because that's a long story. So I was like, okay, I can start a little bit early. Normally, I don't start early because I'm tired and hungry and I have to like clean up some stuff before I can start. But today I did all of that a little bit before. So I was like, I could start like a half an hour. That's fine. Like I already had my snack. So, let's see. Let's do this. Okay, let's put on cheating fingers. But I also wanted to see if I could hop on early to try some new things. So I know a couple of new tricks, and I was thinking about trying them out on stream. So I was like, if I go early, nobody's expecting me. I can just do it on stream, and then if anybody's here, awesome. So, if anybody's here, i.e. Chan, you get to see the new tricks, and then whoever else is here, but everybody else won't necessarily get a chance to see the new tricks. So, okay. Putting on the cheating fingers. Chan says nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, let's hop up here so people can kind of see what the chat is going on. But Chan, hello, welcome in. How's it going? How was your weekend? How was your week? Oh, thanks for the how block, Chan. I don't know if anybody's here yet, but thank you. You're here. Okay, let's see here. What to try first? Let's see. I do want to try maybe one of these first. This one's a little bit easier than the new one, I think, than the new one. So there's one that's kind of like a modification of an old one, and then there's like a new one. So let's see here. Chan says, my weekend has been great. Yesterday I was at the carnival with my dad. Oh, that's right. I saw you put up some pictures of you at the carnival. Oh, you were, I think, standing in front of a ride. Then you were like on the Ferris wheel or something, right? And then yeah, and you had some food there. Yep. Yeah, that's right. So cool. Hopefully you had a good time. Seems like. So great. Let's see. All right, I'm prepping for a well, semi-new trick, and we'll go from there. Okay, never before done on stream before. That's Okay, this is an elevator trick. It's very similar to the three travelers, but this one's a little bit different. I actually think it's called jackrobats, and normally it's used. You use the jacks, but I'm not going to use the jacks because there is a magician's thing. All right, Chan, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But when you use all four jacks and you say, "Hey, this jack's going to go from here to there," there could be a discrepancy. I'm just going to call that out now. However, I've decided that I saw somebody else use four different like numbers of the same suit, and I was like, "Huh, that's brilliant!" And hopefully you'll see why, assuming I don't mess this up. So this will be great. All right, cool. All right, here we go. First, new trick. This is my warm-up. I'm doing a new trick as a warm-up. I know, right? It wouldn't be like a nom stream without that. But I've set aside some cards. So we have the 4, the 3, the 2, and the ace of diamonds. And what I want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'll lay these out over here. Okay, so here's the ace of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, the 3 of diamonds, and then the 4 of diamonds. Now I'll take the 4 of diamonds, place it on the bottom. But if we pretend that this is an elevator button, we press it, and that 4 will travel from the bottom all the way up to the top. I know, interesting, right? Now if we take the 3 and we place it on the top and press... Oh, Andrew War, thank you so much for the ding. Greatly appreciate it. By the way, welcome in, Andrew War. Hopefully you're doing well. You're 2 of diamonds, right? You'll show up in this trick. So I'm going to go ahead and press the elevator button. That 3 is going to go from the top all the way down to the bottom. I heard the elevator button. I couldn't resist. Yes, that's right. Elevator button. There we go. So here's the 3. Now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the 2 and we're going to place it face down into the face up deck. So let's pretend I place it like right there. It's going to go in like so. And importantly, that's going to not only turn itself over. Hey! Dream, thanks for the bang. That bang went from the middle all the way up to the top and has brought the 2 of diamonds, i.e. Andrew War's 2 of diamonds, who's also in chat right now. Welcome in. And then also Dream, thank you for the bang, for banging that up. Now, importantly, we're going to put the ace of diamonds face down into the face down deck, right? And importantly, you'll see that that ace is right there, right? And so that ace of diamonds is going to go ahead. Thank you. Happy to catch it. Awesome. Yeah, I am starting a little bit earlier than usual today. And not only that, I put it face down and face down deck, but look, if I spread, it will be face up. Here's the ace of diamonds. Okay, all right. Brand new trick. I think I was unhappy with one part in there, but otherwise the progression went well. I just had a little misgiving about how I handled one of the things. But first time on stream, so not bad, I would say. Went pretty well. All right, cool. Well, welcome in, Dream. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, let's see. So first things first, there was that. Next, I guess I'll put in another Magician's Choice because that will be my next one. It'll be another, this next one will be a brand new thing. But anyway, so that one was very similar to another trick called 3 Travelers. Okay, so while we're here, while we have a few people in chat, you guys are early birds because I'm actually early today. So I'm not normally on for like another 15 minutes, but I was like, long story short, I may have to wake up early tomorrow to take care of my kid because she is sick and she can't go to daycare. So that is the, so I'll have to take care of her. We did arrange for a babysitter, i.e. grandma, to take care of her. But we may, if she can't go to school on Tuesday, because she has a fever. So I'm like, ah, crap. Yeah, no. So anyway, okay. So while we're here, guys, if you're not following our friends, Chan the Magic Man, mod here, and also one of the other few magicians that has a magic stream with a regular magic schedule. And Chan does Magic Mondays, so give Chan a follow if you're not already following Chan. Let's see. Andrew War, I don't believe you stream, but if you do, let me know. Or once you start, let me know. We'll shout you out anytime you want, Andrew War. And then also, guys, if you're not following our friend Dream, oh man, you are on top of it, Chan. You beat me to it. If you're not following, I don't, but I appreciate the offer. Awesome, cool. Yeah, so let us know. Guys, you're not following our friend Dream, Speedcuber, and also streams his like speed cubing attempts. Also has come in here a couple of times, so thank you for continuing to follow. And also, I've hopped into Dreams just a couple of times, I think, but the last time I lurked speed cubing, so definitely give our friend Dream a follow. And then let's Flaming Hails, welcome in. How's it going, Flaming Hails? How are you doing, Flaming Hails? All right. Okay, let's see. So this next trick is brand new. I saw something online and I was like, I can do that, but the original version requires that I had special cards. However, this version, I tried to do it without any special cards, and so that's my goal here. So, but I do need some cards, and so one of the first things you need is extra jokers. So, hey, GipsonLens, welcome in, Bert. How's it going? Actually, while we're here, guys, you're not following our mod and friend GipsonLens. Please give GipsonLens a follow. Pianist, sight reads from a bunch of songbooks, plays VGM, popular music, esoteric music, also has a bunch of his own composed originals, so definitely give him a follow. Alright, cool. Alright. So, let's see. Okay. Alright, this is second warm-up trick, brand new trick. And I hope I don't mess it up. Okay. I may try this over if it does not work well, so we'll go from there. Alright, here we go. Alright, so here, I have 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing with these cards is that I want to do something interesting with these. And here, we have a couple of jokers, alright? So we have a joker here. I'll leave that joker there. We have a joker over here. We have a joker there. Alright, we have another joker over there. And then this last one is another joker. So here's the important thing. What if I was to tell you that all I have to do is take this joker and wave it over all of the other jokers? Do you believe that the jokers would change into something or do anything different? Now that I've placed the seed in your mind. Or are they just all 4 jokers and this will be like a really fun April's prank, even though it's now June? I think a lot of people would say, no, they're totally jokers. And to that I would say, that's what I want you to believe. And now, Chan might guess, oh, they're totally the 4 aces, because, you know, magicians like to change cards to the 4 aces. But actually, Chan says aces! That's what he said. That's what he's saying. Anyway, no. No, I've changed them. I haven't changed them to anything. Chan is also a magician, so Chan has changed them to the 4 queens because he has signed the Queen of Clubs. See, Chan the Magic Man. There we go. So here's the 4 queens. If you were here, you could take a look at all of these. Nothing weird about any of them. There we go. And that, my friends, is brand new trick. New. And yeah, so I was thinking there is a way to do this that makes it look a lot less sleight intensive, but you gotta have some special cards. This, not using any special cards. So I was like, all right, we'll use that as we'll call that as a win. So awesome. All right. Woo. Okay, what did I miss in chat here? Thank you kindly for the claps. GipsonLens, Chan the Magic Man. Chan's got the Queen of Clubs. That's right. And the lol. All right, sweet. All right, yeah, so anyway, I'm a little early today. Started a little early because I may have to end early because I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning because sick kid. Yeah. Parenting is a thing. So, I'm a parent. I've accepted a lot of parent things. And so I'm like, okay. But once she's older, I think it will be okay to, probably stream more because she won't randomly wake up in the middle of the night and then have to run up there. So, yeah. Oh, thanks for the toddler command. Yes, I'm a father before being a magician or streamer. And to be fair, I'm probably like a software engineer before I'm a magician or streamer as well. But I'm really pushing the magician thing. So, but yeah. So I have these really lofty ideas for what I'm calling, and I think I mentioned it on stream once or twice before. But for anybody who performs music, if you get sheet music, you can sight read it, right? And even like if you're a cuber, there's even commands. So it's like, right inverse or like, for like front, rotate or whatever. Like there's actually sight reading for those commands as well. And I'm like, why isn't there sight reading in Magic? And I've been developing a couple of systems that I want to kind of unify, and then hopefully one day I can publish something to make that kind of like a thing, because it would certainly help me out in learning new tricks. I think the coolest thing is if I was to publish this one day and magicians came to me and said, "Oh my god, I love your system," or like they created a trick and then gave me like the sheet, you know, the sheets for this magic trick, and it's like, "Here's a trick," and I'd be like, "That's awesome," and then I could read it, and it's like that'd be amazing. That would come full circle. But obviously, I have to do the first things first. Is I have to develop it and then publish it. But anyway, that's the idea. Um, I don't think I can get away with um, like copywriting any of this or something, but I'm just gonna call the name out because music. It's called sight reading. I want to call this sleight reading. Yes, that's right. Sleight of hand sleight reading. This is brilliant, right? It's so cool. Anyway, so lofty ideas. Yeah, I think it'd be tough to encode everything, but there's a lot of things I think we could encode, or at least partially. Even if this makes sense to me, says Bert. Ah, yeah, thanks, man. Love it. Okay, yeah. So that's one day when I have a little bit more time. I wanted to I've been doing little pieces here and there, but I want to have like a concerted effort to push. All right. Okay. So a shared written magic language. Yeah. I mean, I don't even think it could apply to everything in Magic. Like, a lot of the things in Magic, especially like for Magic products that you purchase and like the thing does the magic for you, there isn't really much to do. This would strictly be for the sleight of hand aspect of Magic, because sleight of hand is actually pretty like standard as far as like what you do, as far as like, here's your initial state, here's your end state, and then here's the moves you do from one state to get to the next. And I was like, this would be great to just have a database. So for anybody who's like a technical data nerd out there, which Bart, I'm hoping you would understand this. So like if I could just have the beginning state and end state of like every trick, then you can see which tricks lead into other tricks, like from a database. And it's like, oh my god. That in and of itself could be super powerful. But anyway, so yeah, crazy ideas. That's what I have in the back of my mind, and I'm also planting the seeds. If anybody's out there who's already thought of this stuff and they're not published, I mean, yeah, a state graph. Yeah, totally. Like literally just a graph. Like, absolutely. Okay, so next up we have a request from Chan the Magic Man for Imagine, also called Chop Shop. Depends on who you heard it from first. Okay, so here we have a bunch of jokers. Actually, one of these is not a joker. Hold on. So this Joker. Okay, this one is a Queen of Clubs. So just note that the Queen of Clubs is actually red-backed and all the jokers are blue-backed. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I want you to imagine that I'm going to be removing the Queen of Clubs. So look, If I just go through, you'll see that the Queen of Clubs is there. I'm not actually doing this. I just want you to imagine that I'm doing this. I'm going to place it underneath the table, throw it through the table. It's going to come back through the mat and into my hand once again because it is still here. I never actually removed it. I just wanted you to imagine. I know. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Which is strange because I just wanted you to imagine that I removed the Queen of Clubs. I'm going to take it, place it underneath the table, throw it through the mat into my hand, and I don't know if you saw that little jump, but that's when it arrived in my hand. I know. Interesting, right? But look. It has arrived once again. And if you're getting frustrated, I know. I just want to get rid of it. I mean, I want to pretend to get rid of it. See, because the entire time it was still here. Because look, see. No, it wasn't till I threw it through the table. Anyway, okay. However, I did want you to imagine that I took the Queen of Clubs out, but I actually did take the Queen of Clubs out. However, I left the red back that the Queen of Clubs is on here. So let me just show you what I mean, because if I show you now, chances it keeps coming back. I know, it does, right? You could probably re-theme this trick, and this could be a cockroach. But look, but the Queen of Clubs is not a cockroach, because that would mean that Chan the Magic Man is a cockroach, which we're not saying. But I'm just, here, look, let me just show you the red back. There's actually no Queen of Clubs, because look, yeah, I know, it's empty. It's not here. But not only that, I also wanted you to imagine that the rest of the trick, like, too, because none of that trick really happened, right? So like these blue back jokers, maybe I just wanted you to believe that they were jokers, because if I show you, none of these were jokers. They were all also blank. And that, my friends, is imagine. Woo! Thank you kindly for the applause. Chan, you know how to do that one, right? Or no, not so much? Just curious. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chan the Magic Man, and GipsonLens. This is better than the original by John Lennon. Now, I know that we have musicians in the chat, so you guys definitely get that joke. But for those of you who don't, let me explain. There was a single that John Lennon put out called Imagine. You know, it's not as funny if I have to explain it, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't make the joke, so it's okay. It's fine. Oh, man. Thank you kindly for that request, Chan the Magic Man. Hopefully you enjoyed. But yeah, that one is, I believe, within the realm of your skills, Chan. So if you are... Oh, thanks for clearing that. But, yeah, if you don't do that one, let me know. I can send you some notes. But it's a good one. I mean, all you need is a bunch of blind cards. And then a regular deck. So, sure, okay. If I don't send you anything, just send me a message. Remind me. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you for putting up the trick list, guys. If anybody is wanting to see some magic, the queue is empty, so feel free to request some magic from the trick list. And if anybody would like to see some more magic, and if you want to request something but you don't know what to request, you can do ! random, and I'll put a random one in here. Have you hydrated yet? I have not today. Hey guys, if you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please hydrate, because, you know, good call. This is a good time. So I actually have a I actually had a cough drop. I put a cough drop into my mouth right before stream started. But I'm still coughing. I'm still a little sick. Actually, my kid is also sick. She had a fever on Friday, so she couldn't go to school. We were hoping she would get better this weekend, but it still seems like... So her fever went down over the weekend, but then it went back up today. And I was like, that's not good. And so we can't really risk sending her to school, because if school detects that she has a fever and she's present, then she's going to get sent home that day, and then she can't go back to daycare for 2 days. And so it's just easier if we just kept her home today, or Monday, and then if she just got better, then we just send her on Tuesday. So anyway, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, let's see. So those were 2 new tricks. There's actually one more new trick. Let me see if I can do it. So yeah, this week has been kind of like, man, I'm learning new stuff. I was super happy that I was like getting back to learning new stuff, which I hadn't done for a while. I'd just been doing a lot of old stuff, just rethemed. But I'm learning new stuff. To be fair, it's not even that like different from a lot of the stuff that I've been doing. But let's see. Other news. My pool is finally opened. It was delayed because some pipes were burst, and I had to get a contractor to come in and fix the pipes. So we did that. They fixed the pipes. The pool was opened, and then I taught myself. I was super proud of myself. Taught myself how to connect an offline chlorinator to a pool filter, and I was like, I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I watched like 2 YouTube videos, and I did rewatch them a couple times as I was doing it, but otherwise I got it right, because the results, the chemical makeup of my pool speaks for itself. It's working, so I didn't mess anything up. And nothing's leaking, so there we go too. Okay, all right. Okay, let me see if I remember how to do this trick. So we're going to... Oh yeah, actually, let me... So this is literally a brand new trick. I learned it earlier today from a book. So I don't... I typically don't perform anything on stream from a book. I normally practice it like a bunch, and then I do it for my YouTube channel. But then today, I literally learned this earlier today. So let's see if I can do it, and if it works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll know I'll need some more practice. But if it does, then great success. Okay, first things first. We're going to need 3 selections, and it doesn't matter that I know what they are, but let me just go ahead and spread so that it's fair. If anybody wants to select a card, go ahead and click directly on the screen. If you're on desktop, it should place a heat map there, and we'll have those selections. I don't want you to choose any of the kings, so I've already placed them off to the side over here. Don't click on these guys. Alright, so it looks like we have 1 right here. Okay, that'll be 1. If anybody else wants to pick, or if the person who picked this one wants to also pick 2 more, you're welcome to do that. We just need 3 selected, so this one will be picked. This one will be picked. Okay, and now we'll need a 3rd one. Let me know if anybody wants to pick. Oh, and we got this one. Here we go. All right. Thank you to whoever is selecting these. All right, cool. So I'm just going to pull these out. These are legitimately free choices. Anybody could select any of those. All me. All right, Chan. I had a feeling that it was all you, but okay. So what we're going to do is first we'll reveal all 3 of these. So if anybody wants to like type them in chat, that's perfectly fine. And then we're going to place them into the deck, and we'll get them lost. Okay. So first we'll flip them all over. Okay. We have the 8 of diamonds, and then the 2 black 6s. I don't know how you did that, Chan, but well done. You got two matching cards. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and grab the 8 of diamonds, and we're going to lose that into the middle of the deck, like this. Yep, Chan's got the glasses right there. All right, excellent. Let's grab this one. We're going to lose that somewhere else into the middle of the deck. Maybe a little bit lower. And then the last one, let's lose this into a 3rd place into the deck. We'll place it right there. And okay. Excellent. Now, some magicians might do some weird shuffles and cuts and maybe move them, but we're not going to do that. I just also want to show you that we have the 4 kings up at the top. So the 4 kings they're going to help me. And so what they're going to do is we're going to have them sit on top of the deck like this. 1, 2, 3. And then 4. Okay. There we go. I know, this is not the best. But, i.e., first time doing this on stream, and also, I've never done this trick before, except for just a little practice today in the afternoon. So it hasn't even been like, hold on, what time is it? It hasn't even been like 6 hours yet since I learned this. Okay, alright, so first things first, what I want to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to collect all of these kings. These kings will help me perform this trick, this amazing feat of discovery. And so, let me just collect those kings over here. Now these kings, I want to do something interesting with. Okay, so if I was to turn them face down and I try to get them turn them face up, like in twisting the aces, that's not going to be that magical. You guys have seen that before. So what we're going to do, well, let me eat this heat map first. Delicious. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and turn over one of these kings. We're going to turn it face down like this. And so here, you can see that one of those has turned face down. And then next, we're going to turn another one face down because look, we now have 2 of them face down. I know, interesting, right? Let's one more time. Let's go ahead and turn a third one face down because now you can only see this King of Diamonds. Now, with this King of Diamonds, I want to do something interesting. So just here, it's on the bottom, right? Okay. But if I was to go ahead and now here's the part that I don't remember how to do. I'm like, this is a brand new trick. How do I do this? Look, if I grab it and I place it on the top, I can still make it fall down to the bottom. There it is. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Okay. But here's the other thing that I want to do. If I had 3 different spectators select those cards, I would have each one of them place their hand over a king. So in this case, this person would place their hand over this king. This person would place their hand over this king, like that. And then I'll place the 2 other kings over here on top of the deck. And if I had this middle person, we'll have them place their hand on top of the deck, and so that I couldn't mess with the kings that are in the middle of the deck. So importantly, what were our cards? The 8 of diamonds and the 2 black 6s, right? By the way, I'm really glad that you got 2 black 6s. That makes it really easy for me to remember. But look, this is where the magic's going to happen. We're going to go ahead and use the kings to try and help us find your card. I don't know if you saw anything, but this is where the magic happens. Because over here, I would ask the spectator to lift up their hand, take a look and reveal this card. And it's not a king. It's actually their card, the 6 of clubs. I would do the same for this spectator over here. Take off their hand, look at the card, reveal it. 6 of spades! I know, super crazy, right? And then finally, what if I told you, this other spectator that was sitting here, that it was underneath their hand the whole time? And to that they would say, whoa. But actually, really, it would not be that impressive because literally the rest of the deck is in there. So obviously their card's in there, right? No. What if I told you it was on the top? Go ahead and... No, it's not on the top. But you know, that would be really good, right? That would be really good because we literally actually cut randomly somewhere. But wait, we left some face-up kings in the deck. However, if I show you now, All of the kings are together, and they are surrounding one card. What was this last card? It should be the 8 of diamonds, right? And so here we go. This should be our 8 of diamonds. Woo! Alright, I would say brand new trick worked out mostly okay. There was one part where I know mentally it didn't work out too well. I'll have to review the footage, but it's something I can work away with some just trial runs of going through this whole trick a couple times. But otherwise, I think the ending was pretty good. Yes? Yes? Looks good? Was good? Yeah? I believe this is a trick called 3 on the button, and it's a Jack Parker. I actually learned it from the Jack Parker book, so 52 memories if if there's any magicians that care. Thank you kindly for the claps. Jan the Magic Man. Nala Tanuki, welcome in. Thank you kindly for the claps. I'm in awe at how quick you are. I mean, the thing is, and I don't know if you've been in chat when I've mentioned this, but when magicians are doing their work, the faster they are, the more suspicious they are. So the key is to do the things slowly. So if I can do things super slow, then nothing looks suspicious. So that's the cover that you use, right? Let me demonstrate twisting the aces, but with kings because I had them. Okay, but I'll try not to make any fast moves, okay? After that. Okay, here we go. So we just have 4 cards. I guess what I meant was how sneaky you are. Lol. Yeah. So look, here's the magical move. I'm going to turn this face up. Ta-da. Not that magical, right? No, that's not that magical. No, don't worry. We're going to do it a little bit more magically. But here's the magical, super fast move. No, I know. I'm not really picking on you, but this is a great segue as a demonstration. So here's the move. I just did that as slow as I could, right? That was not that fast. But look, if we count through this, the King of Hearts will turn himself face up. I know. And we'll go super slow here too. See? So just that King of Hearts right there, face up. But look, the King of Hearts was here face up, and here's the part that'll get people. The King of Hearts will turn face down when I do this, and the King of Clubs will turn itself face up. We'll do it super slow. Okay, look. Super slow. Thank you kindly for giving Nala Tanuki, a.k.a. Lillian, a shout out. Guys, if you're not following our friend Nala Tanuki, please give Nala Tanuki a follow. Pianist will also do origami hearts, or not hearts, origami stars. And yeah, I oftentimes will be lurking, like just for probably about 15 or 20 minutes in her stream before I close down for the night. But thank you for the shout. You're welcome. Thank you for shouting Nala Tanuki out. Whoever took care of it, I would just assume GipsonLens or Nala Tanuki. Sorry, GipsonLens or Chan the Magic Man. Panther Ninja, welcome in. Hello, everyone. First time chat. Welcome in, Panther Ninja. I'm going to hold the packet and give it a magical twist. Thanks for shouting out, Panther Ninja. I don't know if I think I think I followed you recently, right, Panther Ninja? And then, yeah, so thanks for hopping in. Okay, so now, finally, we have no cards face... No, we have the... Oh, man, I forgot where in the trick we were. King of Diamonds. All right, now here's the thing. We have to do one more. What's the last one? The King of Spades, right? King of Spades. So look, here. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go show you all of the cards are face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I hold the packet and give it a magical twist, this is when it should have turned face up. But for some reason, it's magically resistant. So look, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I know, that's super weird. Even if I get 2 magical twists... Yup, thanks for the follow. You're welcome. Thank you for so I saw how did I see you come up? There was some mod shenanigans, and then I saw your name, and then I was like, oh, okay, I should follow, and so I don't remember exactly what context in the past week. Okay, but look, there's all still, hey, you know what? This packet needs some magic. They're all face down, but if you're on desktop and you want to instill some magic into this packet, everybody who's on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen. even if you're not on desktop, you can click on the screen, but it won't manifest in a heat map. So just if you're on desktop, go ahead and click on the screen. We'll give it some magic. Look, we got 2 people's magic. All right. If anybody has some leftover MP, for those of you who are not gamers, that stands for magic points. Go ahead and give it some MP. And you know, I think one of these might be Chan the Magic Man. So that might be enough magic to, let me show you, turn over the King of Spades. I know, super weird, right? Shouldn't happen. It's a little bizarre. But anyway, all right, cool. So let me eat these heat maps. We'll jump back to chat view and we'll chat for a few minutes. Okay, all right, cool, awesome. So welcome in, Panther Ninja. How are you doing today? Thank you for hopping on in. Let me see here. Let me just click on the thing. I forget under what content. Hold on, let me mute and read a thing. All right, let's see. Panther Ninja. Who is Panther Ninja, you may ask? I'll do you one better. Why is Panther? Hi, I'm Panther. Welcome to my structured chaos. I'm a translator and proofreader from Malaysia who loves food, sharing spooky stories and SNL. All right, well, I love food. I'm Asian as well, but I'm not from Malaysia. I'm natively from the United States. My 2 biggest pastimes are procrastinating and daydreaming. All right, I feel like that's a lot of people on Twitch, so that's awesome, cool. Well, thanks for coming in. Your hands did not do anything. Nala Tanuki, I know, you're right, because at the very end I had chat instill its magic to do things. I mean, all I did was spread the cards with 1 finger, so. Okay, all right, hold on. Nala Tanuki, or Lillian, I remember you sent me some things because, there was, I think, a Twitch anniversary celebration for Nala Tanuki, and I was in that stream, and there was like a quiz. Chan the Magic Man says chat did all the magic. Yes, and I remember that I won some things from Nala Tanuki's chat. I believe I have everything here. I just have to make sure that I got everything correctly. So let me see. Hold on. This is not a very well sorted box of things. I should probably sort this. So I got a very nice note. You're not crazy Asian, you're sneaky Asian. Well, thank you kindly. Alright, so here I believe, yep, this is a card that I got. Thank you for helping me grow. And then it's a, hi, Nam, crazy Asian, thank you. So this is a nice note. And then I believe we got this cherry blossom scented air freshener. I have not opened it. I don't drive my car much, which is arguably where I would put it. And then I believe I also got these stickers as well. This is from an anime. Is this from, so I haven't seen this anime. Is it Spy Family? Is that it? So I was actually wondering if these, oh yeah, let me just double check. Is this everything? I think or at least this is everything that I have in this box. I have like a ton of stuff from other streamers in here as well. Oh, no. Wait. I got, yeah, Spy X Family, that's right. Yep. And then I got this pin, or no, not a pin. This is a keychain. Here, oh yeah, if it was not clear. Spy X Family, there we go. So I got that as well. Okay. So I told Nala Tanuki, I told Lillian last time that if she came in early, which you are here early today, I can try and figure out if I can do some magic with some of this. Oh crap, I just dropped the thing. Hold on. Why? Why? Don't drop the thing. Alright, well, I've just mixed up the stickers of like 12 other streamers in this box. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, put that off to the side for a second. Okay. Alright, chances are I'm not doing any magic with these 2 things. I'm not sure if I can do anything with this. This would be... Okay, can I do anything with this? That is the question. Oh man, it's so like jangly. Like I can't even do like coin magic stuff on this. Yeah, okay, okay, hold on, wait. Let me take this off of the keychain for a second. All right, you got a big loot. Yeah, I got big loot. That's right. Anya, the little girl, is adorable. Oh, okay, so this character name is Anya. Okay, so I'm not familiar with the anime. As I said, I have not seen it. Okay, all right. So here's the thing: if I was to go ahead and grab Anya, okay, in this hand, right? You would expect her to still be in this hand. That's correct because I don't have a magic wand. Because like if I show you, she's actually still there, right? However, some magicians will use a Sharpie as a magic wand. So here, let me just go ahead and just grab Anya now, okay? Because look, now if I show you in this hand, if I just grab the Sharpie and I just wave it, 1, 2, 3, it's gone. And not only that, you're probably wondering where it is. It's actually in the Sharpie, see? There it is. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, cool. So we could do that. That's something we could do. All right, let me put it back on the keychain before I lose it. Panther Ninja, thank you for the what is that emote? That is oh, Sakura Love. All right. Thank you for the Sakura Love. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. Oh, Charlie's Beats got the sus eyes. Hold on. I feel left out if I see sus eyes and I don't do sus eyes. So thank you kindly for giving Charlie's Beats a shout out. Guys, if you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Musician, gamer, all around. We called this famous Twitch viewer because I found in another chat that somebody was like, yeah, somebody who's famous, but because they are in every chat. So it's like, so that's the thing I'm sticking with. Okay, next, let me see if I can I do anything with these stickers? Are these, hold on, will these stickers fit on a card? That's the first question. Oh, did you tape this? I never opened this. Hold on. I don't want to rip the plastic because I can use the plastic to contain the stickers I don't use. Alright, okay, cool. So, yeah, you did tape this. Thank you for taping. I guess it would have been bad if it left, you know, it fell out of the envelope or something. Or, importantly, if it fell out and then it got bent during shipping. So, I mean, I felt like this would have been okay, but thank you. Okay, alright, next, we have a ton of stickers. Yes, and of course GipsonLens has to do the sus eyes because that is GipsonLens's emote, if you guys are unaware. If you too are looking for sus eyes, look no further than GipsonLens. That sounds horrible. Okay, I have to put another cough drop in because otherwise I'm going to cough. So hold on, another cough drop. Please bear with me, I have a cough. Alright. I'm not going to mess up these cards, but I just want to see, I just want to use these, what can fit on a card. Alright, this will fit on a card, and I think that was one of the biggest ones. That'll fit on a card. Okay, literally all of these will fit on a card. Okay. So. Lillian, are you still there? Let's have you pick some of these, and we're going to put them on cards. And then we're going to do a trick. I haven't decided what trick, but... Ooh, I'm here. Okay, okay. All right. Go ahead and like name or pick or like click on the screen, and we're gonna try and do some tricks with some of these. But I have to put them on cards, so you're gonna have to tell me which stickers. How many should you pick? 3 or 4. Yeah, pick 3 or 4, and then we'll go from there. And while you're picking 3 or 4, I'm gonna frantically search for something to impromptu with this because I'm gonna need some things to put these on. Where the heck did I put them? Okay, all right. How many should? Okay, okay. Here's one. Here's one. Okay, we got 1. Okay, here's 2. All right. Here's 3. 3. Okay, excellent. And yeah, we'll go 1 more. And this one. Okay, great. Excellent. Okay, cool. So I'll just put these away for now. We could use them again in the future. But for right now, we're going to stick with these 4. Both sent to me by the way, none of this was set up. So, okay. I also don't have any duplicates of any of these, so there's no possible way I could do anything duplicate-y. Okay, I'm gonna have to set up while I apply these stickers to some cards, but let me go ahead and do that now as I figure out where the heck a card. I need a very specific card. I'm making sure I'm not revealing the secrets of magic here. Okay, alright. Ooh, okay, alright. I have it. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, let's go ahead and put these. Okay, now I have to apply stickers. I'm excited. You know what? I'm excited too. I've never just randomly done something like this on stream. But the thing that makes this magical, especially for you, Lillian, because A, you know these stickers. You actually sent these to me. You know that there's nothing weird about them. And then also, I'm winging it. I've never done anything this kind of like off the cuff. But to be fair, I don't have that many things from that many streamers. Like, most of the other streamers I have like a sticker from because I caught them at TwitchCon and they gave me a sticker. So, but this is like, I got, how many was that? Like a dozen stickers from you for this anime, which which I have not seen. I like anime, but I haven't had time to watch anime for years. But Spy X Family, I've not seen. I'm familiar with some of the music because, if you guys don't know, Hutch MD has a couple of songs on his StreamerSonglist, but they're jazzy, so I like them. Okay, second one going on. Okay. All right, third one going on. What anime have you seen? Nice. Check it out when you have the time. Okay, cool. What anime have I seen? I used to watch anime when I was younger. I haven't had time when I was older because had a lot of things dealing with, like, you know, becoming an adult, having a job. I had a kid, so. But I used to love watching anime around the time of like Initial D, Steins Gate, Madoka Magica. Like, those are some of my favorites. I watched like older ones like Chobits, Serial Experiments Lane. Of course, I watched like DBZ. I watched Tenchi Muyo when it was on like Toonami. So, okay, last sticker going on. I also got a lot of Demon Slayer pins when I was in Taiwan. Nice! I've also never seen Demon Slayer. Yeah, basically anything newer. Anything newer, like, being, like, came out in the past, like, decade and a half, I haven't really seen. I used to like watching movies, too, and I haven't watched a lot of movies. Which is kind of weird, because in GipsonLens' stream, he tells us the classic movies that he saw for the week, and I've gotten to this role where it's like, hey, guess whether he likes it or not. And I like the game. I like guessing. Alright. Okay, alright, cool. Amazing. Okay, we're set up. Alright, let me do let me see. I just put a magician's choice. We're gonna wing it. That's so cool. Demon Slayer has nice art. Sweet. Okay. Alright, so we have, oh, let me clear that heat map before we get too distracted. Delicious. Okay. Here we go. So, we have 4 cards. This is Anya, right? If I recall. Here is, what's this character's name? I don't know this character's name. We're gonna call him Dude, unless we get we get a name. So we'll call him Dude. So Anya, Dude, and then we have the Spy X Family logo. And then we have her name. We'll call her Heather. no, no, that's Leon. Okay, so this is Leon. All right, so Anya, Leon, and then who's this? Oh, I should probably leave her on the top. Okay, who's this? So we have Anya, Leon, and sorry, that's Iold, the man. Oh, oh, Lloyd. Oh, okay, sorry. This is Lloyd. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Autocorrect. Okay, so then this is Lloyd, and then this is your. Okay. Your Lloyd Anya. Okay, and then this is the logo. So important question. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. What color were the backs of these cards? Because I believe you all probably thought that they were all blue, right? But look, this is the logo. This is the logo. This is the one that has control over the rest of the packet. So if I go ahead and I place it just back to back with these other ones, look, watch, something strange is going to happen because look, the Spy X family, if I just rub it on the backs of the other cards, the backs are going to change. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? That shouldn't happen. It's a little bizarre. But not just that, it actually changed all of the backs. Now, it went from blue to red because in Spy X Family, as I said, I haven't seen the anime, but I assume there's some death. And so look, each one of these characters has blood on their hands because look, there's blood here, it looks red. There's blood here, right? There's blood here, and of course there's blood here. I know, it's super strange, right? So each of these characters has blood on their hands, including the logo. Now, important question. Some people are probably thinking, okay, there's probably some strange thing. There's probably either like 2 red, 2 blue. Some people might think there's like one blue, 3 red, or something like that. However, important question. Oh, let me turn Lloyd face up for you guys. What do you think the split is? Do you think it is half and half, red and blue? Do you think it's like 1 and 3, more red or more blue? Let me know in chat. In the meantime, if you guys have been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please hydrate. 1 and 3, says Nala Tanuki. Wonderful guess. I think a lot of people would guess that. Blue, red. Okay. All right. So for anybody who recognizes this is actually a reskinned version of my trick from my trick list called back illusions. Because if you thought that the backs were blue, or if you thought that the backs are red, you would be mistaken. Because if I show you, all of these backs are neither. They are blank, says Jen the Magic. That is correct. And if you were here, you could touch these cards and look at them yourselves, and you'd be like, what? Hopefully you would be like, what? Hopefully you don't slap me. That is. But yes. So, your Lloyd, Anya. So I learned something new today, these 3 character names. And here is Spy X Family. Oh, is this the family? Is this why we chose them? So this is a complete family, and then these are the 3 characters on the... Oh, that's awesome! Okay, see, this is great. So now I can come up with some really cool, fun things with this set of cards. This is cool. How did you... maybe things are best left. But, yeah, if you guys ever want to see a version of that again, that is... Yeah, that one is called Back Illusion, and I could do that with some other cards, but yes. Okay, while we have some of these cards, now I technically only have one of each copy of these, right? So let me... hold on, brainstorming. Okay, I have another idea. Okay. Let me. Okay. Okay. Another trick with these cards. Another trick with these cards. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Let me just make sure that these are in the right. I just have to make sure these are in the right order. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then. Okay. All right. Okay. I have them. Okay, here we go. So, we have all 4 of these cards. And I want you to keep an eye on the SpyX family logo. So that's the one that I want you to select. So if we were playing a game, if you select this, you win. Okay? So, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everything openly. So first, I'm going to reverse count them. And then I will show you which card is on the top, and I'll place it down on the table. So look, here's the SpyX family logo. Okay? So I want you to keep your eye on that. So if you find that, you'll win the game. Okay, I'm going to show you the next card, and we'll place it down. So look, if I show you that, that is also the SpyX family logo. Okay, so I'm going to place that down. Then next, we're going to go ahead and show you the next card. The third card, the SpyX family logo, right there. Yep. And then finally, the last card is the top card, and that is also the SpyX family logo, right? And so here's the thing. You know that I just created this, so there's no possible way I could have more than one, right? But look, they can all look like that they are all the SpyX family logo, right? So here's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's a 4. Yeah. Now I just want you to figure out. So here's the thing. You win if you can select it. Okay. So look, I'm just going to go ahead and spread these out. And for anybody who's playing at home, if you're not on desktop and you want to choose a number, go ahead and try and find the one that has the Spy Family logo on it. And if you're on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen. So let's play. Let's play a game. That's right. That's how some anime start, right? Let's play a game. And Nala Tanuki says, "No! How? Come on! Stop! What the? My brain is dead." I say neither has it. Yeah. Oh yeah. If by the way, Panther Ninja, I don't know if you saw the name of this trick. You can't choose the. I selected your shirt pocket. All right. Great. Very well then. I will not hide, and I'll show you. I'll reveal what's in my shirt pocket at the end. All right, great. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with number 2. So whoever selected number 2, I just want to let you know that No, I'm just kidding. You did not choose. You chose Anya. So there you go. Okay, next. Let's go. Somebody's got this. All right. Next. Okay, if you chose number 4. No, I'm just kidding. You did not win. Here. That was your. So, Anya and your. Okay. Next. If you chose number 1, that is indeed Lloyd. I want to call him Leon now, but Lloyd. Okay. So, obviously, if anybody had selected number 3, congratulations. No, I'm just kidding. You can't, because there's actually nothing on this card. This is empty. There's nothing here. I'm sorry. You cannot choose the logo because it is not here. All right. Okay. Also, shirt pocket. The shirt pocket is actually empty. So that is, it is. Yeah. I don't know if you can. Yeah. There's actually nothing. Oh my goodness! Says no to my brain is completely gone. Yeah. Look, there's no way I would actually save it in my pocket because I know that people can see that on stream. So like what I would actually do is so here, look right here just in the wall, right? I would actually keep it in the wall. Like there it is. Here's our Spy X family. See, it was right there the whole time. Whoa, says Chan the Magic Man. Whoa, says Panther Ninja. Ha says Nala Tanuki. Alright, excellent. Alright, woo, that was insane. Alright, well, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Panther Ninja. Also, Nala Tanuki, hopefully you enjoyed it as well, Lillian. Thank you so much for sending me the stickers. Thank you for coming back to stream and hanging out, and we can do cool stuff like this. Alright. Taladar, welcome in. How's it going, Taladar? I know, it's been a minute, so yeah, I haven't hung out much with the usual streamers, because between kid and then like working to make up some hours, and then I'm tired at the end of the night, and it's like, I'm just gonna play games or veg. So, yeah, I have not been hanging out with as many people. Thanks for giving Taladar a shout out there. Guys, if you're not following our friend Nala Tanuki! Lillian, thank you so much for the bits! Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it. So thank you. Guys, if you're not following our friend Taladar, please give Taladar a follow. Taladar, I've seen Taladar play indie games, and I know that he's done some software streams as well, but bright guy, definitely cool fella. Hey y'all, same here. Wasn't feeling too great earlier. Just took a nap, so I'm awake. Oh, dude, taking a nap, premium. I love it. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Sorry, I tried to catch the cough. I couldn't mute, but I was able to move the mic, so hopefully it was slightly muted. Yeah, I understand wanting to take a nap, and yesterday, woke up early, take care of my kid. My wife was working Saturday, and then I was like, okay, alright kid, you have to take a nap because you're sick. That was my rationale, but also you have to take a nap because daddy needs a nap. So, we both took a nap. And luckily I woke up before she woke up and then was able to leave the room. And so, yeah. Alright, hold on. Can I get this heat map? Yeah, I can. Delicious. That was awesome! Thank you so much, Nala Tanuki. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that was so cool. So, I'm gonna have to at least learn a little bit about Spy X Family, because now I now have these cards, and they are made. So I just... Chan the Magic Man! Oh, hey guys! Brand new hype train music. You guys can hear the music, right? Mostly of... Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, anytime we have a hype train here, I have to do magic tricks as fast as possible. So, I'm just gonna be doing some magic tricks, and at this point, I don't know what to do. So, but enjoy the music! This is original GipsonLens remixed by me. Long story, I'll tell you about it later. Okay, first we did card selected. Doesn't matter that I know what it is. Here's the card. Okay, that's the 8 of clubs. So the 8 of clubs is going to be our selection. We are magically connected to this card. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that in chat, we are connected to the 8 of clubs. So look, if I go ahead and I grab the 8 of clubs, take it, place in the middle of the deck, like this, ta-da. Okay, I'm going to push it in. All I have to do is snap. Comes back up from the middle all the way up to the top, because look, if I show you, 8 of clubs. Alright, great. Now, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, take it, place in the middle of the deck. Now, importantly, I didn't snap yet, right? So it's just, I just pushed it in, and if I show you what card is on top, that's not actually the 8 of, that's some other card, right? But look, if I snap now, that's going to go from the middle back up to the top, because take a look. This is actually the 8 of clubs. Now, some people believe that magicians will hide a card. They'll hide a card sometimes on the top, sometimes on the bottom. You'll know that it's the same card because it has been signed. If a mod could do ! signed card in chat. If you want to sign a card, there's still a bunch of cards left to sign in this deck. You're welcome to. But also, I'm going to leave this sticking out. So you'll know it's the same card because it is the signed 8 of clubs. Some people think I'm going to go ahead and take this and place it in the middle of the deck. This packet. Take this whole packet, place it in the middle of this packet. So some people think that I'm hiding it in the top, but I'm not. Some people think I'm hiding it on the bottom. I'm not. But look, Chan the Magic Man's on the bottom, so therefore he's going to do some magic. When I snap, it's going to go from the middle back up to the top, because look, here is the 8 of clubs. I know! Strange, right? Yeah, if anybody wants to sign a card, about 2/3 of the deck is open, so, you know, you can sign a card, and then if you request a trick, we'll try and use your card if possible. Okay, alright, so, let's see. We have Let me find all the 8s. We'll do something interesting with the 8s. I do find myself occasionally like going back to the same old tricks for the hype train, but okay. So we're going to be using these 4 8s as like a helpers, and so I'm going to put those aside. Now we're going to need a card selected. So look, if I go ahead and I stop, so let's say the 4 of spades. So the 4 of spades will be our selection. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pull the 4 of spades, place it here. And now we're going to be using the 8s to help us. Okay, so look, I'm going to go ahead and place these 8s face down right here, and right here. Now, all I have to do is do something hand wavy, like quite literally I'm going to wave my hand over this packet, right? And so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and hopefully you'll see that all 4 of those cards have become one card now, and that one card that's right here, let me just spread, and it has become 4 cards. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Because now if I show you this one card that was right here, this is actually the card that we thought was over there, and so it's the 4 of spades. Now what happens, so where are those, you know, if we take a look, here are our 4, the 8s, the 4 8s. Okay, alright, so, let's see, what are we gonna do here? Okay, we need another card selected, but we're just gonna do it quick because Hype Train! Okay, so here's the card. I don't want to know what this is, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my head and show the camera. Okay, hopefully you guys know what that is. We'll give you a second. Alright, I'm gonna turn it back down. Alright, hopefully somebody got that. Somebody get that? Okay. Alright, hopefully somebody did. I'm going to go ahead and place that into the middle of the deck right in here. We'll push that in. Okay, now importantly, we're going to be doing something pretty magical because 1, 2, 3, if I show you, it has happened. Because now if I take the whole deck and I spread, there's actually one card currently face up. And what is that card? Should be the selection. Hopefully it is the 4 of hearts. Was our selection the 4 of hearts? Yay or nay? Hopefully it was. Yes! Alright, excellent. Okay, cool. And we'll close it off with one more. So here's our 4 of hearts. Thank you kindly for the bits. Chan the Magic Man, thank you kindly for the 108 bits. Here we go. That has changed from the 4 of hearts to the 8 of spades. I know. There we go. And that is a nice way to end the hype train. Woo! Okay. Alright, let's take a breather, guys, for a minute. Whoa. I think I muted that time. Alright, great. Alright, cool. Okay, let me go back for a second and thank everybody. So, I believe it was Nala Tanuki's 300 bits, thank you, and Chan the Magic Man's resub. Thank you for kicking off that. And then also, Chan the Magic Man, thank you kindly for the 108 bits as well. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Nala Tanuki. Let's see. Oh, I can't scroll! Panther Ninja says, yes! Thank you kindly for the claps, Panther Ninja, Nala Tanuki, and the applause, Chan the Magic Man. Hype of hand! Yo, that is hype of hand. That's pretty good. Okay, so, guys, that was the first time you heard the new hype train music, because before it was Megalovania. Long story short, Megalovania was triggering on YouTube. Not that it was supposed to, because Toby Fox has made it very clear that he wants to allow anybody and everybody to use Megalovania for whatever they want. However, the people who actually own I mean, not the rights, but I mean, they actually are managing, I guess, the rights on behalf of Toby Fox, Materia Music. They have it flagged, and then like you have to go through this whole dispute process, and I'm just like, and lately I've just been cutting that out of my streams, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So I asked GipsonLens Bert in chat, also a mod here, if I could use one of his popular singles as my new hype train music. He said yes. I think he said yes like a couple months ago, and then I didn't do anything with it for like 2 months, and then it took me like a weekend to combine into this version, and then I had like 3 or 4 streams where no hype train kicked off. So this is the first time we've been able to hear it. But so if you guys didn't know, that is a combination of 2 versions of Expanse. It is the version that was released starring New Baroque on violin, but also there's a solo version of GipsonLens that wasn't really released, but it was on a YouTube video, and so I extracted that audio from that and the audio from the single, and then I remixed it, but I did it in like a super manual way because I did it using Audacity, because I don't really have sound editing experience. But yeah, if you listen really closely to that, you might be able to hear some of like the static artifacts that I'm like, I don't know how to get rid of this, and I cut really terrible, and so it's like, so yeah, the first section. Wow, crazy mixing track. Yeah, yeah, I technically mixed these 2 tracks together in a super manual way, but I did it. So, between this and like the Expanse magic trick, if I'm not in the Expanse club, hopefully this is my submission. I'll drop, if anybody wants to hear this, I'll drop it in GipsonLens' stream later, or not his stream, in his Discord later, and so if anybody wants to listen to the version. So, long story short, Expanse itself is not a full 5 minutes, and I'm like, I want something that's like 5 minutes. And so what I did was I took chunks of the songs at the beginning, and if you listen to it, I alternate between the 2 first. And then about halfway in, I intermix them so they're both actually playing at the same time. The problem is, the single version has a very clear tempo, and then you should be able to punch in and out with Audacity. Okay, awesome. So yeah, the problem with the piano version was that it was slightly faster tempo. So here's what I was doing. I was actually cutting chunks of the piano solo version, and then adding like a little bit of extra space or expanding some of like the quiet parts so that the hits would line up towards the end, because you don't want it to like kind of desync towards like that really epic part at the end of Expanse. And so that's what I did. Expanding Expanse, yes. So I expanded Expanse to be, so my version ended up being like 5 minutes and like 7 or 8 seconds. But the problem is, because I don't pay for the sound alerts thing, I can only max out at 5 minutes. And so I was like, crap, how the hell? And I was like, I don't want to cut like the beginning or the end, because that just seems silly. So this is what I did. I sped it up. I sped it up from 5 minutes and like 8 seconds to 5 minutes. So almost not discernible. But that's what I did. So anyway, I went through some crazy hoops to mix this together for my own purposes. But anyway, GipsonLens and Bert, hopefully you enjoyed hearing that, number 1. Number 2, hopefully that is okay. If you don't want me to use that, let me know. I will stop using it. But I could have sent you the solo piano track and the new recording. I mean, you know, if you want to do that anyway, I could have a better version of this. But I've already gone through this effort. We're definitely using this at least one more time. But, yeah. So, woo! Okay. Thank you so much for that hype train, everybody. Okay. All right. I know we have a couple of requests in the queue, so let me go ahead and get there, because we've had some people patiently waiting, but hopefully they that was okay. Okay. All right. I felt like I had to explain all of that because I wanted to. But I was like keeping it inside because I'm like, I want to tell people sooner. But I was like, all right, I can tell the struggle after we hear about it once. After we hear it once. Okay, all right. Next up is a request called Hitchcock Aces. Going to lurk while I game. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nala Tanuki. Thank you so much, Lillian, for hanging out and coming by, and thank you so much for the bits today. So, thanks, Crazy, for the tricks. You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for sending me all the stuff for winning your quiz game for your Twitch anniversary. I believe that was all the conditions. Audacity has crossfades too. Yes, I know that that Audacity has crossfades. I did do some of those, but they weren't perfect all the time. And because I was listening to it back, and it's like that doesn't sound natural. So it's like I had to just manually do some stuff to fix it. But yes, crossfades would normally work. I think if everything was lined up. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. All right. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. Okay, cool. Next trick, we have Hitchcock Aces. All right, so this is, and I don't know if you knew this ahead of time, Panther Ninja. This is probably one of the most sleight intensive tricks on the trick list. So I hope I don't mess this up, but I sometimes am nervous when I get this trick. All right, so we have the 4 aces, and I want to do something interesting with the 4 aces. So, but let me introduce you to them. Here we have the ace of clubs. Okay. And then we have the ace of hearts. Okay. And then we have the ace of spades, and then the ace of diamonds. And so I'm going to leave the ace of diamonds here, or sorry, the ace of spades here. Man, I'm so out of it right now. And then I'm going to place all the other aces out here. So if you're not familiar with a general card trick plot, it's assembling all of the aces together. So let me just show you that all the aces are right here. And we're going to go ahead and place them all out like this. And then this is the part where I sometimes have to think, man, how do I go next? Because as I said, this is like, you got this, says Panther Ninja. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me just go ahead and place a card down here. All right, and we're just going to place 3 other cards on top of this first ace. Now we're going to try and get all the aces to collect all in the same place by the end of this trick. And I promise you that they will all be collected in the same place by the end of the trick. Okay. So look, all I have to do is snap, and that ace has hopped from down there to over here. I know, that's tough to believe, but look, if I show you all of the cards here, none of these are aces because it has hopped down here. Next up, if I show you that we're just going to go ahead and place another card down here. That's a red joker. And then we'll place 3 cards here. Now that ace, all we're going to have to do, that's actually going to make that ace hop from down here to over here. And it'll trade places because, you know. So remember, we'd place down what? The red joker, right? So look, if I show you, none of these are aces. There's the black joker and the red joker. They're both here. That's great. And if I show you, that ace has hopped down here. I know. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Okay. Now, we just have... Now, some people believe that this is not actually an ace. And you know what? To that, I would say, no, it is. Here, I'm not even going to use my fingers. I'm just going to use these cards, right? And so there we have the ace, okay? So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this face down. If you were here, you could place your hand on top of that. I'll leave these 3 aces down here. And then, actually, before you place your hand, let me just place 3 other random cards right there. So cover that, make sure that there's no possible way I could get down there. And here, let me just show you that the next card we're going to place down here is just some other random, it's a 2. Place that down there. And now, believe it or not, that ace has joined all of the other aces. Now, at the beginning of this trick, I told you that they would all gather in the same place, but I did not tell you that it would be over here. So if you were here, you could lift up your hand, turn over all of these 4 cards yourself, and you would see that, look, all 4 aces. Ace of spades, ace of hearts, ace of clubs, and of course, ace of diamonds are over here. And now you're probably wondering, well, what are these cards? Well, to that I would say, you know, you saw a 2 get put down here, but none of them are 2s, because that may be all of the aces there. These are actually all of the kings. King of hearts, king of clubs, king of diamonds, and of course, the king of spades. And that, my friends, is Hitchcock aces. And I will call that a successful performance. Guys, checking the gaff meter. Welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today? Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Panther Ninja. Well done. Thank you so much for that request, Panther Ninja. Hopefully you enjoyed. Is it last call yet? No, not yet. I know I started a little bit earlier, but I'm probably going to go until at least midnight my time. So we got some time. So guys, if anybody would like to request anything, there's only one trick in the queue, and feel free to make some requests. Let's see, for anybody who's just hopping in and missed anything, we did some tricks earlier with some custom cards with some stickers that were sent to me from Nala Tanuki, and these are from an anime, so these are from Spy X Family, if that was not clear. Checking the gaff meter says hi. Hi! Alright, let's see. Next up, we have a trick. It's requested by Chan the Magic Man. This trick I like because it is pretty quick. It's very simple. And it just uses 4 aces. Okay, so I forget how I start with this trick. Do I start this way? I think I start this way. Or no, I start this way? Alright, whatever. Okay, so here we have the 4 aces. Now, if I was to go ahead and ask you to try and keep track and find where the ace of spades is. Try and keep track of where the ace of spades. So look, I'm going to show you that here's the ace of clubs. And then here is the ace of spades. And so, important question, where's the ace of spades? I think a lot of people would guess here. And if that's what you guessed, you are correct. Because I did not do any magic. Alright, cool. So now, let's do that again. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades down right here. And then we're going to go ahead and place the ace of clubs down over here. And the important question is, where's the ace of spades? I think intuitively a lot of people would say here. Now, would it matter if I told you whether I did magic or not on this? I think some people would say, oh, maybe he's pulling a fast one on us and did not do any of the magic. What if I told you I did do the magic? Where is it now? So, yeah, if you guessed that either one of these was the ace of spades, you'd be incorrect because these two are now the red aces. So now it's down to 2. If you had guessed that the ace of spades was here, well, you win because this is actually the ace of clubs. And here, my friends, is the ace of spades. And that, my friends, is Dr. Daly's last trick. Okay, I think it may be unavoidable. I may have to put another cough drop in my mouth. Thank you kindly for the claps. Panther Ninja, Chan the Magic Man. Alright, down the hatches. Cough drop it is. I've just noticed that. So I used to be this person who was like, I'm never going to take any medication. I'm never going to use anything. And, when I got older, and there's some situations where it's like, oh, I need to take ibuprofen to avoid pain. And I'm like, fine. And so now it's like, all right, if I can just have like a cough drop and it would prevent me from having like a burning throat, then it's like, okay, I'll have a cough drop. Also, I'm streaming. It'll save me from pressing mute a few times. But yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of person I was and how I've changed as I've gotten older. So for anybody who's either been there or will get there one day or just wants to understand my philosophy on that, I guess. So, okay. All right. Thank you kindly for that request, Chen the Magic Man. Next up, we have a request for checking the gaff meter. Thank you so much for the request. Anyway, hopefully everybody's doing well. Yeah, it's a low-key night for me because I'm just, doing the same old, but I started a little bit earlier because I have to wake up to take care of the kid tomorrow because she can't go to daycare because she has a fever. So, yep, that's what's happening. Okay, and then I have to find some other cards over here. Alright. So we're going to be doing the face-up version. Alright. Okay. What medication do you take? Nom, cough drops. Yes. I guess a lot of people wouldn't consider medication, like cough drops, as medication. Yeah. I mean, so I technically, if somebody asks, especially like a medical doctor, it's like, what medications do you take? I tell them, but it's like, not all of these would people consider medications either. I take vitamin C and vitamin D because everybody knows that the American diet's pretty poor. Mine is also pretty poor, or at least by my standards. I'd like to think it's better than a lot of people, but I do cook a lot, so that's good. But I haven't been able to cook as much since like my kid was born, so. But anyway, yeah, anybody who follows me on Instagram knows I have a lot of food pictures. Most of those I cook myself. I think in the past month, the only 2 pictures that I did not cook were the 2 that I called out were from food trucks, which I literally put up, I think, today. So, but anyway. Okay, so here we have 4 red face cards and 4 black spot cards. Now, these cards don't like to be intermixed. They like to be separated, and they will automatically separate. But it's probably better if I were to show you rather than to just tell you. So here, I'm going to take one of these black spot cards, place it amongst the red face cards. I'm going to take a red face card and place it amongst the black spot cards. And so, I'm going to go ahead and close these up and tell you a secret about magic. Sometimes, when magicians do a snap, a lot of the times they're going to say, yeah, Taladar says, you got to keep them separated. That's right, that's right. It's like two feuding family members. You got to keep them separated, right? That's. And my apologies if that hit anybody too too closely, but I'm just trying to make a story for these cards, okay? Just now, sometimes magicians will say that they're snapping for effect, but actually, sometimes what they did was they actually used that snap as a mechanical means to do something. So that snap actually kicked each card that was off in each pile into the other pile. If the offspring only taught me one thing, that was it. Oh. Yep, you got to keep them separated. Because look, if I show you, there's actually only black spot cards over here now. I know, is that strange? Now over here, there's actually only red face cards. Yep, see? Super strange, right? Super weird. Now, what we have here is 2 black spot cards, 2 black spot cards, and then we have 2 red face cards, 2 red face cards. Okay, if I take 2 red face cards, place them on 2 black spot cards, 2 black spot cards, place them on 2 red face cards. Now we have a really messed up situation, right? But look, if I go ahead and I snap, that snap has kicked the weird off card into the opposite pile. Checking the gaff meter says, no way! A snap cannot do that. I mean, yeah, TF. Anyway, that has just kicked everything. So now everything's looking pretty normal because now over here in the red face card pile, look, all of them look like red face cards, right? And over here, all of these, look, you can even count them. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them look like black spot cards, right? Yeah. Now here, the trick is called face up, but this is the only part that's actually going to be face down, because what we're going to do is I'm going to swap a card. So we'll put the black spot card over here, the red face card over here. I'm going to turn all of these face down and then mix them in like this. And we'll turn them face up. And once again, we will do our snap for effect, but actually secretly now you guys know it's not really for effect. I'm actually kicking the card in each pile into the other pile. And now, my friends, if I show you here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red face cards. And over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 black spot cards. And that, my friends, is face up oil and water. Woo! Thank you kindly for the claps. Checking the gaff meter, Panther Ninja, Chan the Magic Man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I like that one. I thought it was pretty cool. When I first discovered it, I'm like, that's brilliant, having the cards face up. Alright. Okay, next up. Oh, we have back illusion. Alright. Oh. I don't know if Nala Tanuki is still lurking while gaming, but this is the formalized trick that I did with the Spy Family cards earlier. So we will do it with the regular cards. That way, if anybody ends up watching this later, they can compare and contrast if they would like. But for those of you who saw the trick earlier, there's not going to be a surprise, because you know how it's going to end. But for those of you who do not know, then that's okay. It's a great one! Excellent. Alright. And actually, because I did it earlier, I know I can do it pretty quick, so we're going to go ahead and do it. Alright, look. I have a bunch of aces here, right? So, like, let me introduce you to them. We have the ace of diamonds, we have the ace of clubs, we have the ace of hearts, and then the ace of spades. Now, if I was to ask you what the backs, what the color of the backs were, what would you say? I think a lot of people would probably say blue, right? Because there it is. But, look, what if I took the ace of spades and I rubbed it on the back of the rest of these other cards? It's actually going to change them to be red. I know, is that strange or what? But not only those cards, but actually all of them appear red. See? They all look like they all have red backs. Now, important question. What would you guess the actual backs actually look like? Would you guess that there are 2 and 2, 1 and 3? Alright, we'll save you. If you guessed they're all blue, you're wrong. If you guessed they're all red, they're wrong. If you guessed 2 and 2, also wrong. If you guessed 1 and 3, more blue, wrong. If you guessed 3 and 1, more red, wrong. At the end of the day, if you were here, you could also inspect all of these cards because, look, they all have no backs. Because, name of the trick, back illusion. It was all an illusion the entire time. And that, my friends, is the back illusion. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And that was probably the fastest I've ever... For Loris, welcome in. Thank you so much for the applause. It's been a while. How's it going, For Loris? Welcome back in. I was going to say, I actually did that trick pretty fast that time. I was just like Zooming through. Oh my god, hi! For Loris. Oh my god, hi! How's it going? Still great to see you a second time. I know. Panther Ninja, I don't know if you were able to glean any extra stuff. Or if it was still like, whoa, I didn't see, and I knew it was coming. Like, so, um, as much as I don't really confirm nor deny anything on stream, but I love hearing how like theories on how things are done. So especially if like you're not a magician and like you're not exposing anything, then it's like, oh, I love hearing those things. So if you ever want to guess, feel free. For Laura says, it's been a while. I'm so happy I managed to watch the stream. Awesome, yes. Um, yeah, I've been trucking along streaming pretty much once a week, except for like 1 or 2 weeks where I had planned like time off. But I've been surprisingly consistent with one a week because I wasn't sure if I was gonna. By the way, if anybody doesn't know, I am. I have a 40-hour a week full-time job. I am a father of a toddler. I do YouTube. I'm streaming now, so it's like it's a lot of things going on. I'm learning magic. I'm learning my new hobby, which is actually guitar. I'm trying to learn some guitar as well. So, yes, thank you for the baby command, Chen. I knew what was coming, but I still don't know how you do it, so it's still amazing to me. Yes, thank you kindly for those words, Panther Ninja. All right. Oh, thanks for clearing that, Chan. All right. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I probably want to wrap up stream in about 20 minutes or so. So, last call. If anybody wants to request any tricks, definitely put some in. I myself want to put in one. Let's see if it gets the right one. No! Right. All right, we're gonna adjust the queue a little bit. Let's see. I gotta figure out how, if I just want the coin matrix, because like coin matrix comes up first, and you know what? We're just gonna do it. Okay. All right. Jezebel Sows, lurking because I have to sleep for work tomorrow. Jezebel Sows, welcome in. Thank you for lurking. Greatly appreciate it. But yes, I understand it's a Monday. Tomorrow I also have to work. Well, I also have to work, but I also have to wake up and take care of my kid because you can't go to daycare. Of course, love. Ah, thank you. Yes, thanks for shouting out Jezebel Sows. Maker and crafting. I assume you're sewing. So, seamstress. There we go. Crafter. I've noticed I've always got the notifications for streams. I've been trying to join for a while, but university and the internship have been a bitch. Oh man, I'm sorry for Loris. I totally understand because definitely take care of the stuff that you need to take care of. And as I always say, you can always catch my streams or like check out my YouTube videos after the fact because I basically have all my stuff up. Which, by the way, this is probably a good time for a shameless plug. Guys, if you're not following me, or sorry, if you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, go check out my YouTube. If you ever want to see any of the tricks that I put up a new trick once a week. And then all my VODs that fall off retention here on Twitch end up getting put up over there. So if you ever want to see what's going on, check it out. Okay. All right. So let's first do the... Where's the... Okay, here we go. This would be more impressive if you could see the screen. Okay. So we have 4 coins. 4 cards. I'm going to be performing the coin matrix. So you may have seen tricks where they make the coins teleport from corner to corner. That's what we're going to do here. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and cover each of the coins with a card. And then we're going to try and make the coins teleport from corner to corner. And we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go. It happens fast. So this one goes over here. And then this one's going to go up there. And then this one's going to go from here to over here. And that, my friends, is the coin matrix. That's the basic one. Okay, and then now, for Loris, thank you so much for the applause. Now we're going to be attempting to perform the cardless version because I want to also practice this one. So here we have our 4 coins, and we're going to go ahead and just do it, but with our hands instead of cards. Okay. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3, and I just want to show you that we have 1, 2, 3 over here, and then we've got 1 over there. And here's the last one. 4 lower says, how? And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. Okay, alright. Hopping back up here. Panther Ninja's got the lol. Chan, the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the claps. Panther Ninja, thank you kindly for the claps. And I loved it. Alright, awesome. So yeah, I'm trying to practice both of those just to keep them fresh, like every week. They're pretty short, so. Alright. Okay. So, next up we have a trick requested by Charlie's Beats. Let's go ahead and get ready for that. I almost never do this trick like standard, the normal way in which it is done. So maybe this time I should do it the standard way in which it is done. For the first. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, GipsonLens. Okay, alright, hang on. And then, of course, at the end of stream, I will still put in a finale because I always like to end with a finale trick. Okay, alright. I forgot how to make a request. Oh, for Loris, we have a how block on how to do it. So there you go. Alright. Okay, so this, thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. I'm not sure if Charlie is still here, but we will need a card selected. And so, let's go ahead and, you know what, let me just spread out this random section here. Okay, why don't we have a card selected from this chunk? So Charlie, if you would like to select one of these, I think you're on desktop, so if you would like to click directly on the screen, one of those, that'll be the selection. Cool. Alright. So I'm just going to keep that separate. That's very clearly your selection. Okay, next we are going to need to cut the deck into 4 equal packets. They don't have to be exact, but they could be roughly, they could be off by a little bit. And now we're going to do something completely unfathomable. I'm going to flip over these 2 piles, and then we're going to shuffle face up into face down cards. I know this is super weird, and it is actually terrible, but here, let me just, we're actually going to push them in, see? Look at that. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and do it again. And then one more time. So now we have this mangled mess. Some cards are face up, some cards are face down amongst the packet. And now this is where I get to find your card, and then I realize we never did anything with your card. We never showed it to you. We never lost it back into the deck. Man, how am I going to recover? Alright guys, for those of you who don't know, anytime I mess up a trick, I have the special magical talent of the stream. The true magical talent that powers me. In Penn and Teller, Penn is the one that does all the talking. I'm the one that does all the talking. The true magical talent is silent here as well. It is our friend, the Deck Sock. Yes, if you've never seen the Deck Sock before, Deck Sock, Chat, deck sock. I know a bunch of you know the deck sock. Also, Chan the Magic Man's throwing all the emotes in there, so there we go. So here we go. Deck sock. Tell me how to recover. Love her energy. Yes, I know, right? Look at this vibrant red right there. Look at that. Okay, alright, deck sock. Okay, the deck sock is psychically telling me to go ahead and spread the deck. Oh. Oh! The deck sock says, would it be impressive if it could get you, chat, to tell us what this card is? That'd be very impressive, right? Okay. Very well then. Deck sock, I will put my faith in you. Here we go. Spreading the cards. Hey, we have a bunch of cards face up, but not as many as I thought. What's going on here? Alright, let me slowly take them out. So we have the Ace of Spades. By the way, I normally like to use the cards in which the requester, in this case, Charlie's Beats, is the requester. Signed the Ace of Spades. So thank you, Charlie, for always being here. Then we've got the 2. A wise sock, says Panther Ninja. Yes. Here's a 2. Here's a 3 of spades. Here's a 4 of spades. A 5 of spades. A 6 of spades. And then an 8 of spades. And then a 9. Then a 10 of spades. A Jack of spades. A Queen. And a King. Alright, chat. Are you able to tell us what this card is? Any guesses? Chan the Magic Man says 7. And for those of you who know Rob Kovacs, 7. 7 of spades. 7, says Charlie's Beats. There we go. And that, my friends, is Play It Straight. It has been played, and it is a straight. Oh, and GipsonLens has the 7 Senshi emote. Thank you kindly for the claps. Panther Ninja, Charlie's Beats, 4 Loris, 7! So that is the normal version of the trick. I think I very rarely do it that way. I normally do like a special version. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and munch on this. Alright, cool. 4 Loris has got a trick in. I'm going to go ahead and close the queue. And then after this, I'll put in a finale. And you know what? I'm feeling... What did I do last time? Did I do Dazed? Or did I do Picasso Aces? I'm kind of feeling Picasso Aces tonight. So I'm gonna do Picasso Aces tonight. All right, as our finale. All right, cool. So we have 2 tricks left. After this one, we will do our normal outro stuff, and then we will do the final trick, and then we'll find somebody to raid. All right. So this one is 2 card Monty, which, let me see here. How should we do this? Where's the deck box for this? Here, okay. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and jump over to the magic screen. All right. First things first. This is not so much a trick as it is a game. So if you were here, I would actually ask you to hold your 2 fingers out like this, and then hold 2 cards. You're going to hold 2 cards like this. And since you're not here, and I need a little bit of a platform, I'm just going to use the box. There's nothing weird about the box. It's a regular box. It could be any box. You could loan me a box, whatever. So you're going to try and remember which one is on the top. So we have both red 7s here. Okay, and so now if I show you, if the 7 of diamonds is here, you must have the, I think a lot of people would say 7 of hearts. And to that I would say, yes, that's correct. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you how magicians will swap out the card, okay? And so they would actually slide it into your fingers like this, line it up exactly, and then pull the other card out with their other 2 fingers. There would be some tension there, so this would look a little bit easier. So look, if I have the 7 of hearts, you must have the, and a lot of people would say 7 of diamonds. And to that I would say, yes, you are correct. Okay, and now finally, I will do the move at speed, okay? So here, we will swap it once. I've just swapped it. I don't know if you noticed. Swapped it twice. Excellent. And now I'm going to place it here. Would you be more impressed if the diamond was on the top and the heart was on the bottom? Or would you be more impressed if the diamond was on the bottom and the heart was on the top? You know, at the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter too much. I love doing this trick in real life because people have like crazy reactions. Like I've had, whoa, like I would be impressed regardless of the outcome, says Forloris. And so, if Forloris was here, I would tell Forloris to turn the hand over and show you that indeed the 2 black queens are in your hands. What? And we're probably wondering why. Well, it's probably because Chan the Magic Man is in there messing with the 7s. Yep. Yeah, it's way more freaky when this happens in your fingers and you're like, what? But yeah, that's one of my favorite to do also, like walking around, because it gets so good reactions. Let's see. Thank you for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Forloris, Panther Ninja, GipsonLens. Okay, so has come that time, the end of the stream. It's time to say our thanks to everybody. So, everybody, thank you so much for coming out today and hanging out with me and watching a magic show. Thank you so much to everybody who interacted, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chose a card. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because if I'm just at home fiddling with cards, there's no magic happening. The magic happens in your mind. Also, thank you to everybody that support the stream today. Thank you so much. Let's see, we had resub from Chan, we had bits from Chan, we had bits from Nala Tanuki, so thank you guys. Let's see, and then also thank you so much to everybody who came in the first time and hung out, and greatly appreciate it. Oh, let me also share the disclaimer. Everything that you've seen on the stream here was sleight of hand magic. It can be achieved via sleight of hand and good performance, and definitely a lot of practice. And if it wasn't, and this was somehow black magic or sorcery or a deal with the devil, I would have said all of that anyway. Okay, cool. So, we have one more trick, and then we will raid out. Normally I like to raid out to a music streamer friend. So we'll see who is on. But I don't have any preconceived notions of who to go over to yet. And I normally don't try and choose, but just a quick glance at who is normally around. Okay, cool. We got a bunch of options, so no worries. All right, cool. Excuse me. All right, here we go. This is one of my favorite tricks to end with. Oh, and by the way, I don't like to end on a trick in which I mess up. So if I mess this up, there could be some more magic. But If we don't, it's a good finale. I love this trick. So, all right, so here we go. I have a bunch of aces, and then I have the deck. Now, importantly, this deck is blue backed, and the reason why I'm showing you is that these aces did not come from this deck. This is a different set of aces. So if I show you, these aces are red backed. Okay, so here we have the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and of course the ace of spades. Now, with these 4 aces, I want to do something interesting. I'm going to go ahead and separate them on the table. Now, if you remember me talking earlier about ace assemblies, right? So I'm just going to spread these aces out, right? And we are going to try and get all of the aces to combine up here, but in a magical way. So it would not be so magical if I was just to shove them all together, right? So we're not going to do it that way. But first things first, I want to place 3 cards onto each one of these piles. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Okay. And we'll square these up. Now I want you to just suspend your disbelief and pretend that magic was real for a moment. And if I was to somehow use the magic to move cards around, by the way, if I had real magic, I'm sure card tricks is like not the thing you would use real magic for. But I'm going to go ahead and transfer this ace from here over there. I know, that's super hard to believe. I'm going to actually swap it with one of those cards, but without touching anything. See, watch. Ready? It's happened. Because look, if I show you, there's going to be 4 blue-backed cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And none of them are aces. Check out the new emote, says Chan the Magic Man. I did not realize that that's an emote. Oh my god. Nice, now it's just still... Oh my god, that is kind of a crazy idea for an emote, yes. Alright, so before we just had one red ace here. But now if I show you, there's actually 2 red aces in the pile. Because look, there's 1, there's 2. I know, is that strange? Super strange. Okay, if you missed it, that's okay. Here's your second chance to see it. So there's the ace. Once again, you'll see it until the very last second, until they have swapped places. You have my permission, says Chen. I mean, that's a pretty public heat map, right? That was just there. That's actually the real heat map that the site uses. That's okay. Now we can take a look, and look, if I show you, all of the cards are blue backed, right? And none of these are aces, because look. And before we had 2 and 2, but now if we take a look in here, there should be 3, right? So 3 red aces? Yeah, that's right. Look at this. Bizarre. That's super crazy, right? Alright, and now some people believe that there's shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say, you are watching a sleight of hand card stream. So yes, I mostly do card tricks. There's a couple of coin tricks tonight, but for the most part, I mostly do card tricks. But look, you can still see, here's the ace of diamonds until the very last second. You see that it's here because it's red backed. You see that it's here because it's red on the front. But look, all I have to do is do the magical move. They have swapped. And actually, if I show you, all of the cards are blue backed here. And then all of the cards, if you look at the faces, none of them are aces. I know. And now if we take a look at this, I believe they should all be red. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they are the ace of diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is, I would say, a successful performance and a successful finale for tonight. Alright, hold on, let me catch up in chat, because there was that talk about the heat map, great emote. Yes. Thanks for the stream. Check out the new emote. Man, that is a great idea. And I can use it, according to Shen. I mean, I could probably have used it anyway, but I didn't think of it before, so. Yeah, that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Panther Ninja says, mind blown. Whoa, Panther Ninja, did you enjoy that? When I first saw that, I was like, wow, that is great. How do I do it? And I couldn't do it right away. I had to figure it out. But I finally figured it out, and this is amazing. One of my favorite tricks to perform, and I think the effect is very strong. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Panther Ninja. All right, cool. All right. Woo. Chances. Let's see if you can eat it while it's bouncing. Oh, dude, no way. No. that's so, that's dude. Is that why you have that emote so that I have to catch it while it's moving? That is crazy. That's a brilliant idea. Thank you. Even if I don't have it, I mean, I'm sure we have enough overlap of viewers that somebody will have it. Oh man. Okay, cool. So with that, let's go find somebody to raid. So if it's unsurprising to anybody else, I have a spreadsheet. So let's see who we need to raid. Let's see here. Who have not we raided for a while? And slash or is there anybody on which we need to raid and we've not raided enough? Actually, wait. I see somebody that, let me see here. This person has raided us 3, 4, 5 times, and I don't know if I've ever raided them. Raided out to. Yeah, okay, alright. So there's somebody we need to raid, I believe. Let me just double check and make sure that they are still going. Yes, that's right. Okay. For some reason, I feel like we've raided over here. Or maybe I was a part of somebody else's raid. Okay. Alright, guys. It looks like she's been going for 3 hours, and we're just going to go over there before they raid out. So, today we're going to be raiding our friend ZD Major 7 because she's raided over here a bunch, and I don't think we've raided her before. So, all right. So, and I'm sure GipsonLens knew that as soon as I said she's raided here. No, they've raided here, and I've never raided there. So that's anyway. I'm sure you knew. I'm going to give you credit for that one. I'm not even going to ask. I knew you knew. All right, cool. Guys, if you want to follow us, I guess even before that, yes, I know, right? Yes, I knew you would have known. So, if you guys want to copy a raid call, here's oh, for a second I almost missed. I did not copy. Okay. All right, so that's where we're going. Guys, if you're not familiar with ZD Major 7, ZD Major 7 is musician, pianist, plays for a video game orchestra, also is plays a lot of VGM. So if you like VGM, definitely follow ZD Major 7. Also, every time ZD Major 7 is rated in, ZD Major 7 always goes out for like ice cream afterwards. So definitely cool over there. So, all right, so that's where we're going. Everybody, great seeing you. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Have a glorious night. Have a glorious week. We'll talk to you sometime. We'll see you around. Take care. And remember to stretch and hydrate. And Panther Ninja says, see you next time. I had a lot of fun. Panther Ninja, thank you for stopping in. I'm glad you had a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Take care, and we'll see you around. All right. Cool. Have a glorious night, says Jan. Yes, have a glorious night, everybody. All right. We'll see ya. Bye. All right, we'll get that cough for YouTube.